Who and what can help to reach the level of love necessary to rise above body consciousness after one's physical master has left their plane?
Who and what can help to reach the level of love necessary to rise above body consciousness after one's physical master has left the plane? Our relationship with a master is not a physical relationship. Once a master initiates us, from that moment he is available to us in sight. Therefore, one should have a contact with the inner master right from the beginning of initiation. It may be little difficult in the beginning. It may be, we may not be fully aware how to contact the master inside, but the master is there inside. That is why when a master is in physical self, one should develop the contact with the master inside. Great master told us that the best thing you can do is to have the radiant form of the master manifested in your meditation before a physical master dies. But if a physical master dies, the radiant form has not gone anywhere, it's still there. It's permanent with you. It will always be with you. That is why a physical master dies and you have done just sufficient meditation to be able to have the form of the master inside, that form will become as real as the physical master. Imagine, I was initiated 1936, long ago. Great master, his body passed away 1948. He's still with me, as alive and kicking as he was when he was alive. Masters don't die like that. Masters remain with us. So the recommendation is that instead of just blindly believing that he is with you, manifest him in your meditation. People are looking for radiant form of master. That word has been used, Nuri Swarup, radiant form. And people are interpreting what radiant form means. Maybe light is shining out of him. I've seen some people drawing pictures. Light from the feet of master coming, that's a radiant form. No, there's no sprinklers or lights coming from him. That's not called a radiant form. It's called radiant form because it can be seen in the darkness. What can be seen in the darkness is radiant. We have watches that we can see in the darkness. They're radiant also. We are radiant too. When you are sitting in a completely dark room with your eyes closed, even with some pen on your eyes, your imagination can see things. How can they see if it's totally dark? Because your imagination can create the light necessary for the object to be lit up. The darkness is not affecting. Physical objects cannot be seen if light does not fall upon them. Astral objects can be seen, imaginative objects can be seen without any light falling upon them. Therefore, all objects that we see in the astral plane are radiant forms. So the master, when he appears, we call him radiant form because he can appear and be seen even if it is dark. So that is, it doesn't mean look different. He looks the same. Okay, then how do we get the radiant form? Start by remembering the master. I'll tell you a simple way. Do not imagine a picture of the master. Do not look at a photo of the master. When you do that, it does not create a radiant form. Remember the form of the master and the experience with the master when you last saw him. That means it's a memory. It's a memory to remember. You can always remember. You remember you saw the master walking, you saw the master talking. We can always remember an event like that, especially if it is not too old. If it's just a few months old, we can remember. A year old, we can remember. Beyond that, may be a little difficult. But we can remember what the master looked like, what we saw. So start by using in meditation, closing your eyes, putting yourself third eye center. There, remember the form of the master. And the remembering of the master brings the image back. So when the memory of the master comes, that you saw him walking, and then you remember him walking again, if you are doing your meditation with attention on that, Master will stop walking, turn to you and start talking to you. That was not part of what he did when he was walking. But when you remember him walking, in the middle, he continues his life inside you as if he is now still there and talking to you. That is actually the radiant form. So it's a simple practice that don't try to force yourself to see something. Remember, the memory of a perfect living master, of his face particularly, of his eyes and forehead. If you can remember, and always remember when you see a master, try to remember the eyes and the forehead. Because no negative entity, not even your mind, can reproduce it even by imagining. You can't even imagine the eyes of a master and the forehead of a master if he is not really there. That is why, if you can remember that, and it comes back to you, the memory comes back to you, Master will start being alive from that point onwards inside. So the radiant form is not that difficult to get like most people think it is. Get that experience and hold on to that experience as long as you can while a master is still alive. Then for you, you'll find the passing away of a master's physical body will never make you miss the master. You'll know master is already with you. So don't worry about it. The master gives always guidance from inside. If somehow you cannot do it, for any reason, work harder then. If a perfect living master who initiated you passes away and you have not established the radiant form, then work hard to get it there. It's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. So then work hard, put more time to meditation, more concentration, more attention, and master will appear. But don't forget that it is not a picture. It is a life form of a master. That is why they say it is so important to have a darshan. Darshan means looking at the face of a master. Darshan is very important on the spiritual path. Your connection with the master is established by looking at him. If it's drishti, which means the master looks at you with his eyes, it focuses even more. I heard an old story of Narad Muni. I might have recited earlier. There was the rishis, munis, yogis of different categories. A certain category of achievement in enlightenment where you can become a muni, just little higher than a rishi. So rishi muni are common features in India. There was a famous muni, his name was Narad Muni. And he had practiced a lot of knowledge and he was able to manifest his God, whom he worshipped, Brahma, the creator of the universe. So he had his own image of Brahma, as he had seen in the temple. And he was able to manifest and have a conversation with Brahma. One day, Narad Muni was walking along and he saw a crowd of people running. And he asked them, "Where are you going?" They said, "There's a perfect master has come to give a discourse. We are going to have his darshan." He said, "What is darshan?" He said, "We want to look at him." What is great about looking at a person? And he therefore went into his own meditation and manifested his Ishta, his deity, his master, Brahma. He said, "Mr. Brahma, I have a problem. I saw people running to see the face of a person they call a master. What's the benefit of just looking at a master, having a darshan of a master?" And Brahma said, "Oh Narad, to get the answer, you go to a particular village and there is a snake in the pond there. Ask this question from the snake and he will give you the answer." So Narad Muni traveled to that village and he saw a pond and a snake with his head up in the water. And he said, "Mr. Snake, I want to know what is the benefit of having a look at a master's face called darshan." And the snake dropped his head and died. He was very surprised. So he went into meditation again and asked, "Mr. Brahmaji, I went to the snake and asked this question. The snake dropped his head and died." "Brahmaji, I'm very sorry to hear that. Now you go to another village, little distant away, and there is a jeweler there who just bought a parrot. And the parrot is in a cage. Go and ask this question from the parrot." So now Narad Muni traveled to the other place and he asked, is there a jeweler living in this village? They found one is living. Okay, do we have a parrot? Yes, we just got a parrot. Can I ask a parrot a question? Oh, must be very lucky parrot. Narad Muni, you are coming to see our parrot. So he went to the parrot, said, Mr. Parrot, what is the benefit of having darshan of a master? People are running to have darshan. And the parrot looked at him, dropped his head, and died. He said, I am not getting any answer. He went back to Brahmaji. Brahmaji, the parrot also died. Oh, I am very sorry to hear that. Brahmaji must be a very clever kind of guy, the way he talks. He said, now you go on a long journey. That will be another kingdom. But they know you, the king knows you. Go to the king's palace and check if his wife, the queen, has given birth to a baby boy. If she has, go and get the answer from there. Ask the baby child there. Now, parrot and snake were all right. He got a little worried about asking the question from a human baby. But it was Brahmaji's order, so he went. And after many months of travel, he reached that kingdom, went to the palace, and the king welcomed him. Narad Muni, come all the way to our kingdom. We are very lucky people. He, in a very sober mode, said, has the queen given birth to a baby boy? Yes, she has. Only recently. Very small infant is inside. Can I ask a question from that infant? Yes, we love to see you conversing with our baby. No, I want to ask alone. Okay, you can go and see the baby. And he went and saw the little baby, and he said, Mr. Baby, just adding Mr. for English translation. Mr. Baby, tell me the benefit of looking at a master having darshan. Baby spoke up. Baby said, Narad, I am the same snake you saw in the pond. I am the same parrot you saw in the village. You are not a master. You are just a muni. Just by seeing you, I cut short my life of a snake and got a better life as a parrot. I had your darshan second time and cut short the life of a parrot and became a human being. This is the benefit of seeing a muni. The benefit of seeing a master is 1,000 times more. An old story told in India, but this is a story to emphasize that darshan is something very important. According to great master, every time you have darshan of a master, it cuts down, reduces your karma. It's very difficult to get rid of karma. It reduces the impact of your karma. Drishti reduces even more. So these are factors that make it possible for us, darshan and drishti, make it possible for us to manifest the radiant form of the master while he is alive. And therefore, I always recommend those who have living masters, please do so while he is alive. The master is alive, have his darshan. One American disciple had asked, great master, Master, how often should we come and see you? We liked your darshan, how often should we come? Great master said, the best is to come every day. He said, Master, we can't come every day, we don't live here in the dera. He said, well, if you're not living in the dera, living outside, you can come once a week. And by the way, when this conversation took place, my grandfather, who was present there, he overheard great master saying, if you're not living in the dera, you should come once a week. From that day till the end of his life, he went every Sunday to the dera to see the great master. So then the American disciple said, but supposing we are living very far, can't come every day from a nearby place, we can't afford it. Great master said, then even once a month is as good as a person living here sees me every day, you come once a month is equally good. But master, supposing we are living overseas, in a different country, like I am living in the United States, very far from India. He said, then once a year is as good as seeing every day. If you come once a year, the benefit is the same. And he said, Master, supposing one cannot come once a year. Then great master smiled and he said, then there's a next life available. So much importance he gave to the darshan of a master. So that is why I have recommended to all my friends Please, if you have a master, please make it a point once a year at least. You don't want to wait for next life. You don't want a next life. That is why the manifesting of the radiant form will take place with more darshan, remembering the master and meditating with him, conversing with him, having conversation with the master. Don't make meditation a mechanical thing. Make it a contact with the master. Master is inside because he initiated you. Therefore, have a conversation with the master. If you can't see him on day 1 or day 2, you will see him sooner or later. And if you see him outside more often and remember, you'll see him more often. So that is why there is nothing that is lost. If still you can't see the master and you want guidance, then seek guidance from any other master. Seek guidance from another disciple, other advanced disciple. Get guidance from other brother of yours. Get something from anybody. But the real guidance will come from inside.